So today we're going to talk about a celestial wager. But this isn't your typical story of angels and demons duking it out. No, this is about something way more subtle, way more insidious. A bet that isn't about brute force, but about a quiet, golden seduction.
And this is the guy behind it all, a demon named Mammon. With just this one sentence, he's telling all the other forces of the abyss that they've got it all wrong. He's proposing a brand new and maybe, just maybe, a much more dangerous path to damnation.
So, picture this. We're in the Infernal Council. It's dark, it's dreadful, you've got the heavy hitters there, Lucifer, Beelzebub, and they're all talking shop, going over their usual playbook for corrupting humanity. You know, the classics. Their whole strategy is what Mammon calls heavy chains. It's direct, it's forceful. They use things like pride, envy, lust, all these temptations designed to just break a person's will, to shatter them. It's basically a full frontal assault on the soul. But then Mammon steps up, and he's got this totally different idea. He calls his method a finer thread. He's not interested in some big, messy fight. His approach is more like a corrosive mist that silently settles on a golden statue. He's not going to topple it, he's just going to slowly turn that precious metal into heavy, useless lead. It's elegant, and it's absolutely chilling. Why break a will when you can just buy it? So every big bet needs a target, right? And for this grand experiment, Mammon has his eyes on a man named Vesperus. This guy is a real piece of work. Even the Lord himself points to Vesperus as a prime example of striving, a man with sacred vows and this almost Faustian hunger for power. But Mammon looks at him and sees a crack. He sees an opportunity.
And this is the label Mammon slaps on him, the inverted Nazarene. And that's a really powerful idea. See, a Nazarene is someone set apart for a sacred purpose. So an inverted Nazarene, well, that's someone who takes that special status and completely twists it, using all those symbols of spiritual strength to chase the exact opposite thing, cold, hard cash.
Okay, look at this. This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the sacred vow. Think of Samson. His hair was a symbol of God-given strength he used to break chains. But Mammon's bet is that Vesperus, on the right, will do the exact opposite. He'll shave his head in the temples of profit, trading away his real strength for the chains of greed. Where Jesus wore a crown of thorns for salvation, Vesperus will chase a crown of gold that will do nothing but enslave him. It's this perfect, twisted flip of everything sacred.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How is he actually going to do it? How do you buy a soul that even God seems to have a little faith in? Well, Mammon's plan isn't really about temptation in the classic sense. It's about completely warping someone's perception of reality.
He's got this four-step plan, and it's all psychological. First, he'll sell Vesperus the illusion that his self-worth is tied directly to how much stuff he has. Second, he'll manipulate how Vesperus sees himself, making his greed look like divine favor and his obsession with wealth seem like diligence. Third, he'll trick him into thinking that as he gets richer, he's actually getting closer to the gods, that he's becoming this real-world Ubermensch. And then, the final, cruel twist, the very gold he's been piling up becomes the lead that drags his soul straight down.
And here's the real kicker, the whole point of this thing. Mammon wants to take that holy idea of being set apart for a divine purpose and corrupt it into the most empty thing imaginable, the cold, lonely isolation of the super-rich, trapped in a vault of his own making, forever.
And get this isn't some timeless, abstract battle. Nope, the Lord puts a clock on it. Mammon gets exactly 24 years to pull this off, to prove his theory and claim Vesperus' soul, so the clock is ticking. Which, brings up a pretty big question.
Why? Why on earth would the Lord agree to this kind of bet? Why let this happen to a soul he seems to value? To get that, you really have to shift gears and look at this from the divine point of view.
And the answer tells you everything. The Lord doesn't see Mammon as some massive existential threat like Lucifer. He calls him the joker of the marketplace, the lightest weighted of all the deniers. I mean, it's almost insulting, right? He's basically calling him a cosmic clown, a nuisance, not a true adversary.
And this right here, this is the heart of it all. This is the Lord's fundamental faith in humanity. The idea is that even when we're striving, we're going to mess up, we're going to err. But deep down, even in our darkest moments, a good person still has some awareness, some echo of what's right.
So you see, this whole wager is way bigger than just one guy. It's not a simple good versus evil cage match. It's more like a cosmic test of human desire itself.
When you strip everything else away, what do we, as humans, really yearn for?
And that leaves us with the one giant nagging question at the center of this whole story. Mammon is betting on our stomach, our appetite for the world, for more. The Lord is betting on our soul. In the end, which of those yearnings is stronger? That is the essence of Mammon's wager.